Hello, good morning, students. You all are now welcome to our next English class, The Swimmer Who Doesn't Need Her Legs. Students, let me express you my experience, one of my experiences. Some days before, I was on the way to Sambalpur and halted at Redakol to have a cup of tea. There, I saw a 13-14 years boy without half of his hands was playing with a mini drum and singing a prayer song in a very melodious voice. I was really aback to see his beating the mini drum so rhythmical. He had lost his hands from his elbows since his birth. Dear students, you must have come across people like this, without eye playing, without hands doing their works with legs, with crippled legs doing mountaineering or swimming. Another example is Jessica Cox, the world's first licensed armless pilot. She was born without arm due to a rare birth defect. She was born on 2nd February 1983 in America. What a marvelous achievement did she have? Students, what do you call them? So, what do you call such type of people? You may call them physically handicapped or disabled, but really they are not so. They are differently abled because they possess some extraordinary talents. Now the question is, how is it possible? How is it possible to express show their talents? The answer is very simple. All these they make possible is due to their positive attitude, their willpower. They prove by this that to be handicapped is no bar to success. Students, let us come to reality. Do you know how to swim? Most of you have. If not, try to learn. Try to learn swimming. But be careful. Don't try across a flooded river or in a deep pond. You know, a swimmer uses his or her legs and hands while swimming. Swimming is of many styles such as freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, etc. And you must have seen on your TV. In each style, legs and hands must function. While swimming, you must feel your feet dragging down. This is common, very common. When you are swimming in a pond or in a swimming pool, you must feel your hands are dragging down. This is the first experience. Here, Sian Janaki, a girl, dreams of swimming across English Channel from her childhood, who later fell a victim to polio in the year 1987. Her both legs were crippled. Despite this, she determined to make her dream successful. Let us read the text, The Swimmer Who Doesn't Need Her Legs. First, listen to me attentively, and you will read again and again this topic to develop your reading in English. The skills are to learn English, we must have to develop our 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. LSRW. So now I am reading the first para. You listen it carefully and look at your books. The swimmer who doesn't need her legs. Imagine swimming across a pool with your feet dragging you down. Now imagine having the courage to swim across the English Channel in a similar fashion. Unbelievable, isn't it? In spite of having legs made useless by polio, CN Janaki has become the first handicapped person to be part of a successful team crossing the channel. This is an introductory paragraph, and the expression is about CN Janaki's determination and her attempt for the competition. This is just an introduction. Now come to the second para. It was in 1987 that Janaki was struck by polio. As a child, she got the idea of trying to swim the English Channel. So, she conveyed this to the English Channel Swimming Association for details, and they replied that two conditions have to be met before a swimmer is allowed to make an attempt. A. The swimmer should be able to spend at least 10 hours continuously in water. B. The swimmer should be able to do marathon swimming. That is, he or she should be able to swim in the high seas for long hours at a stretch. The second para describes that first, she got the idea of trying to swim the English Channel. During her childhood, CN Janaki got the idea of trying to swim the English Channel. Then, she was struck by polio at the age of 14 in the year 1987. Then she conveyed her idea to English Channel Swimming Association, and two conditions were put by English Channel Swimming Association. The first condition is to spend 10 hours in water. Second is to be able to swim in the high seas for long hours. Students, let us know in detail what the English Channel is. You see, it is an arm of the Atlantic Ocean that separates southern England from North France. Southern part of England and northern part of France, and links southern part of North Sea by Dover Beach. Dover Beach. Maximum width of this channel is 240 kilometers. Its length is 560 kilometers. Such a big channel it is. Its minimum width, maximum width is 240 kilometers, that is 150 miles. The minimum width is 36 kilometers at the Strait of Dover. Its average depth is 150 feet, that is 46 meters. This is all about English Channel, and the competitions are arranged at Dover, where the channel is comparatively short in distance. Now come to our third para. Janaki began training very hard in Bangalore to fulfill these conditions. After almost 4 years of training, she said, I was able to spend 10 hours at a stretch in the swimming pool. An NIS coach, Mr. Gopal, gave me a certificate saying that he had seen me swim for 10 hours continuously. And the theme of this topic, of this paragraph is, she spent 4 years training. She spent 4 years in training in Bangalore. And finally she proved successful spending 10 hours at a stretch in water. Imagine how hard the task is. At a stretch, 10 hours in water. If we remain 10 hours in water, what would be the condition of our body? Now, her coach was, NIS coach was Mr. Gopal. NIS means National Institute of Sports. Mr. Gopal certified her that she had completed 10 hours continuously in water. Come to our fourth para. Then, with the help of the Thimaya National Academy of Adventure, she went to the coastal town of Malpe and began training in the Arabian Sea. She spent 3 weeks there with a coach called Dinesh Subarna. She learned to spend long hours in the sea by swimming a minimum of 20 kilometers a day. This is her second training to fulfill the second condition of English Channel Swimming Association. Malpe is a place in Karnataka on the shore of Arabian Sea, and there Thimaya National Academy of Adventure is there. She had to undergo 3 weeks training and she learned swimming 20 kilometers a day in high seas. And her coach was Dinesh Subarna. Now, after completion of her training, now she had completed the 2 conditions laid by English Channel Swimming Association. After completion of her training, what would have she done? Students, what should have she done? First, she might have sent her certificates to English Channel Swimming Association, and if they were satisfied, they gave her permission, and getting permission, she would make her arrangements for the journey to England, journey to Dover, journey to take part in the competition. Then para number 5. Janaki then returned to Bangalore and sent her certificates to the Channel Swimming Association in England. When they gave her the permission to make the attempt, she had to start collecting funds for the trip. The government, a few private agencies, and several friends contributed the money she needed for the attempt. Okay? She came to Bangalore, sent her certificates to English Channel Swimming Associations. They gave her permission that you are now ready. You should get ready to take part in the competition. And she started collecting funds to go to England. Where did she collect funds? Who were the funding agencies? They were the government, a few private agencies, and several well-wisher friends contributed money she needed for the attempt. In para number 6, Janaki and her parents left for England in the middle of 1992. When she reached Dover and began practicing in the English Channel, the Channel Swimming Association officials were quite shocked. This was the first time in their experience that a physically handicapped person was trying to swim the English Channel. Okay? Now, she left for England in the middle of 1992. Middle of 92 means the month was July. And at Dover, she reached Dover. At Dover, she practiced swimming. So when she was practicing swimming, she was on the move to swim. The English Channel swimming officials were shocked to see how a disabled person is swimming in the channel. How fast she is, how determined she is, how perfect she is. This was for these looking at these, seeing these, they were shocked. Now students, this is how we have completed the half portion of this topic, and let us do some answers of the questions. Question number 1, you write it. You write the questions of what I am giving you. Question number 1, when was C.N. Janaki struck by polio? When was C.N. Janaki struck by polio? Question number 2, whom did Janaki apply for swimming permission? Question number 2, whom did Janaki apply for swimming permission? Question number 3, what were the conditions set by English Channel Swimming Association? Question number 3, what were the conditions set by English Channel Swimming Association? Question number 4, how long did Janaki spend to complete her first training? Question number 5, where did C.N. Janaki take her second training? Question number 6, why were the English Channel officials shocked? Students, you go through the portion which we have completed today and answer these questions. There are some phrases, students, there are some phrases. They are in spite of, at a stretch, and live for. In spite of, at a stretch, and live for. You have to make sentences using these phrases. Thank you. Live at home, stay safe, and make the day happier. Thank you.